Any idea why? What caused the sloppiness?
He thinks he got debris on his feet right at the start, like from walking around barefoot that morning before putting socks and shoes on.
Oh, man.
Created a hot spot early, forced him to kind of manage it, sacrifice perfect execution. But here's the really interesting part. Even with that, he said he ran purely by feel. Wasn't watching splits at all. He only found out he was just 2 minutes off the course record when someone told him at No Hands Bridge. It was a total surprise to him.
That's incredible. It just shows even the best laid plans can go wrong, right? And sometimes running by feel, listening to your body, that's what gets you there. Adaptability is everything.
Absolutely. A perfect example of having to pivot and trust your instincts, even at the very top.
And speaking of tactics, let's break down that move on Devil's Thumb in 2023. That climb is steep, like 22% average gradient, with tons of switchbacks.
38 or 39 switchbacks. And he specifically used that climb as an attack weapon.
Yeah, so.
He wanted to split up the chasers, Hayden and Dan. He actually let them pass him at the bottom, then used the steepness. He says anything over 15% gradient gets interesting. It pushes people to their absolute physiological max to make his move.
So leveraging the terrain and knowing those thresholds, smart, even though Rod managed to claw back on the descents later.
Right. Rod's descending is exceptional, but Jim's ability to use those climbs to break the field apart, that shows a really sharp tactical mind. He thinks Killian has that same knack for steep climbs, seeing them as opportunities.
It's clear Jim isn't just running on talent. He's thinking constantly. And he's incredibly data-driven. Let's talk about the tech side. His use of the Wahoo treadmill, especially in winter and during recovery. What's the appeal there?
He loves it because, as he put it, he can truly control everything. Speed, gradient. He mentioned the paddle shifting like in a car, which he likes. Plus, it's heavy and stable. It just gives him this perfectly controlled environment for specific training blocks.
Especially useful during injury recovery, I bet.
Exactly. But he did mention Zwift integration. Some limitations there for trail running.
What was that?
He basically said Zwift needs real trail simulations, steeper ups and downs to really unlock the treadmill's potential for trail runners. He called the idea a dangerous amount of fun if they could actually do it. Shows how he's always thinking about optimizing tech for training.
And his data focus goes way beyond the treadmill. He keeps a big Excel spreadsheet for tracking grade adjusted pace.
At Flagstaff's altitude, 7,000 feet. Grade adjusted pace, for anyone unfamiliar, basically levels the playing field. It adjusts your speed to reflect the effort of climbing or descending. So a slower uphill pace might equal the same effort as a faster flat pace. And he detailed his threshold training too, like 30 minutes of work, random intervals, usually aiming for 8 to 12-minute intervals, sometimes double T days, just doing 2 threshold sessions in a day to boost volume.
That's intense. And this systematic approach, it showed up in his first ever lactate testing too, right? Back in Feb 2025 at ASU.
He said his numbers look good. Based on the data, he even theorized he could run a sub-62-minute half marathon.